Lateral lunges. Step out to the side, 3 or 9 o'clock position. Keep both feet facing forward and bend the leg you are stepping with. Back 45-degree lunge. Performance level. Step back halfway between the 3 and 6 o'clock or the 6 and 9 o'clock positions. Keep your body facing forward, but step back with your foot facing inward about 45 degrees. Drop your back knee down so that it just touches the floor. Then return to standing. Back lunge, vitalizer and performance level. Step straight back, 6 o'clock position, into the same position as a front center lunge. Remember, your front shin should be straight and perpendicular to the floor, and your back knee should just touch the floor. Multi-directional lunge with twist, performance level. As with the multi-directional lunge, you will be lunging in 5 different directions with each leg. With this version of the exercise, you will be adding a twist to each lunge movement. To help visualize where to step, picture standing in the middle of a clock. Begin each step standing with good posture and facing in the same direction. Initiate each movement by drawing your belly button inward and keep an upright posture. Do not lean forward, to the side, or backwards. For the twist motion, hold a light weight, medicine ball, or dumbbell to one side. As you lunge, bring the weight over your head to the other side. You always want the weight to go over your front leg. Front lunge. Begin holding the weight on the side that will be your back leg. The weight will end up over the leg you step with. Number 2, front 45-degree lunge. Start with the weight on the side of your back leg. Keep your head and eyes forward as you twist. 3, lateral lunge. Begin with the weight opposite the side you are stepping toward. 4, back 45-degree lunge. Hold the weight to the side of the leg that you are stepping back with and bring the weight over the front leg as you lunge back. 5, back lunge. Again, hold the weight to the side of the leg that you are stepping back with. Lunge with overhead press. Performance level. The overhead press may be added to the multi-directional lunge exercise. Hold a dumbbell in one hand and start with the weight lowered to your shoulder. As you move into the lunge, press the weight above your head. This version of the exercise increases the demand placed on your core. Make sure to hold your torso straight. Do not lean to one side. Lower the weight as you return to standing. Pull exercises. Seated cable pull. Energizer level. Sit upright on a Swiss ball and face a cable column that has been adjusted to shoulder height. Take a stable stance on the ball. Grab the cable handle using the arm on the same side as the rear leg. Initiating the movement with your trunk, gently draw your belly button in toward your spine and simultaneously rotate your trunk toward the back leg while pulling the cable away from the column. Keep the forearm in exact alignment with the cable throughout the movement. Do not let your elbow drop below or rise above the line of the cable. Reach along the cable with your opposite arm. Reverse this movement until you reach the starting position and repeat. Single arm cable pull, energizer and vitalizer level. Stand facing a cable column that has been adjusted to shoulder height. Take a split stance with one leg forward and the other behind you. Your knees should be soft and unlocked. Grab the cable handle using the arm on the same side as the rear leg. Initiate the movement with your trunk. Gently draw your belly button in toward your spine and simultaneously rotate your trunk toward the rear leg while pulling the cable towards your shoulder. Keep the forearm in exact alignment with the cable throughout the movement. Do not let your elbow drop below or rise above the line of the cable. Reach along the cable with your opposite arm as you pull. Reverse this movement until you reach the starting position. Note, if you have trouble performing the single arm cable pull motion, try breaking the movement into 3 parts and practice them separately as shown below. First, practice just the leg movement. Hold the cable handle out in front of you with your torso open to the side and shift your weight from one leg to the other. Next, add a twist to this motion. Begin facing the cable, and as you shift your weight to the back foot, turn your torso toward the back leg. Once you feel comfortable with each of these movements, integrate them together and add the pulling motion with your arm to perform the single arm cable pull. Think of sequencing your movements from the ground up. Ipsilateral cable pull. Performance level. Perform the single arm cable pull as described above, but stand so that your front leg is now on the same side as the cable that is holding the cable. Single leg cable pull. Performance level. Stand facing a cable, column or resistance band that has been adjusted to shoulder height. Stand on only one leg. The exercise will be easier if you stand on the leg opposite the arm you are pulling with. For a greater challenge, stand on the same leg. Initiating the movement with your trunk, gently draw your belly button toward your spine and simultaneously rotate your trunk away from the stance leg while pulling the cable toward your shoulder. Keep the forearm in exact alignment with the cable throughout the movement. Do not let your elbow drop below or rise above the line of the cable. Reach along the cable with your free arm. Reverse this movement until you reach the starting position and repeat this movement. Single leg Bosu cable pull. Perform the single leg cable pull as described above, but now stand on a Bosu ball either side up. This will create an unstable environment and will result in a much more challenging exercise. Twist exercises. Twist with body weight. Energizer level. Stand in a wide stance with your toes turned outward up to 30 degrees. Hold your arms up in front of you and keep your torso upright as you perform the exercise. Shift your weight to one side. About 70% of your weight should go to the side and about 30% should remain on the other leg. As you shift your weight, turn your torso so that your shoulders face sideways, but keep your head and eyes facing forward. Rotate only as far as you can comfortably turn while keeping an upright posture. Do not lean forward as you twist. Return to the start position and repeat the movement to the other side. The motion should be continuous. Do not stop in the middle. Lateral ball roll. From a sitting position on a Swiss ball, roll back so that your head and shoulders are supported by the ball. Energizer, vitalizer, and performance level. Lift your hips up so that they are in line with your knees and shoulders. Place your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Hold your body in perfect alignment. Hips and arms should stay parallel to the floor. And shuffle your feet as you roll to one side. Pause and return back to the center. Move only as far as to the side as you comfortably can while holding perfect alignment. You may find that you can only move an inch or two. That is fine. Swiss ball, Russian twist. Energizer, vitalizer, and performance level. From a sitting position, roll back onto a Swiss ball so that your head and shoulders are supported by the ball. Lift your hips up so they are in line with your knees and shoulders. Clasp your hands and raise your arms so that they point straight up toward the sky. To make the exercise more challenging, hold a weight. Place your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Rotate the ball under you as you move your arms from side to side. Cable wood chop, vitalizer, and performance level. Face sideways to a cable column and take a stable stance slightly wider than shoulder width. Grasp the handle with the hand furthest from the cable column and place the other hand over it. Start with 70% of your weight on the leg closest to the cable. Draw your belly button in toward your spine and initiate the movement by bending your legs. Pushing away from the weight stack and rotating your trunk away from the cable column while simultaneously pulling the handle downward across your body. The movement ends when your hands are just above or slightly outside your foot. Inhale as your arms go up and exhale through pursed lips as you bring your arms down and across your body. When lifting a load under which you can only do 12 or fewer repetitions, you may need to hold your breath through the initial part of the movement and then release your breath through pursed lips after passing the hardest part of the movement. Perform on each side. Wood chop with body weight, energizer level. Perform the exercise as described below but without the cable. Instead, imagine holding onto a dumbbell and duplicate the chopping motion by bringing your arms across your body as you shift your weight from one leg to the other. Perform on each side. Single leg cable wood chop, performance level. Face sideways to a cable column and stand on one leg. This version of the exercise will be easier if you stand on your outside leg for more of a challenge and stand on the leg near the cable column. Grasp the handle with the hand furthest from the cable column and place the other hand over it. Draw your belly button in toward your spine and initiate the movement by rotating your trunk away from the cable column while simultaneously pulling the handle downward across your body. The movement ends when your hands are above or just outside the foot you are standing on. Perform on each side. Single arm, single leg, cable wood chop. Performance level. This version of the exercise will be easier if you stand your outside leg. For more of a challenge, stand on the leg near the cable column. Grasp the handle with the hand closest to the cable column. Draw your belly button in toward your spine and initiate the movement by rotating your trunk away from the cable column while simultaneously pulling the handle downward across your body. The movement ends when your hand is slightly outside the foot you are standing on. Perform on each side. Push exercises. Wall push-up. Energizer level. Stand about 2 feet away from a wall. Place your hands on the wall, about chest width apart at shoulder level. Draw your belly button in, keep your body straight, and drop your weight towards the wall. Push into the wall to return to the starting position. Again, keeping your body in perfect alignment. When you can perform more than 20 repetitions with perfect form, move your feet farther away from the wall or progress to the Swiss ball push-up. Swiss ball push-up. Energizer and vitalizer level. Roll out over a Swiss ball into the plank position with your feet or shins on the ball. The farther the ball is from your torso, the harder the exercise will be. Place your hands so that they are at the level of your shoulders and a comfortable width apart. Keep your spine and head in alignment. Do not let your head drop forward or your lower back sag down or hunch up. Bring your belly button inward and lower your chest toward the ground, holding good alignment. Push back to the start position, maintaining perfect form. Push up. Vitalizer level. Lay face down on the floor with your hands placed comfortably at shoulder level. Draw your belly button inward. Exhale through pursed lips. Push yourself up to a plank position. Keep your spine and head in alignment and do not let your head drop forward as you perform the exercise. Inhale as you lower yourself down so that your nose just touches the ground, keeping perfect alignment, and repeat. If you cannot perform the exercise with perfect form from your toes, complete the exercise as described above from your knees. Explosive push-up with clap. Performance level. Lie face down on the floor with your hands placed comfortably at shoulder level. Keep your spine and head in alignment. Do not let your head drop forward as you explode upward. Think of pushing the ground away from you. The aim is to push yourself up high enough that you can complete a clap before returning to the ground. Inhale and hold your breath as you push explosively up. Breathe between reps. Perform only as many reps as you can with good form and without your speed dropping. Your set should not last longer than 12 seconds. Seated cable push. Energizer level. Sit upright on a Swiss ball and face away from a cable column that has been adjusted to shoulder height. Take a stable stance on the ball as shown. Grab the cable handle using the arm on the same side as the rear leg. Gently draw your belly button in toward your spine and initiate the movement with your back leg and trunk. Rotating your trunk toward the forward leg while pushing the cable out in front of your shoulder. Move your free arm in the opposite direction at the same time. Keep the forearm in exact alignment with the cable throughout the movement. Do not let your elbow drop below or rise above the line of the cable. Reverse this movement until you reach the starting position and repeat this movement. Single arm cable push. Vitalizer and performance level. Stand facing away from a cable column that has been adjusted to approximately shoulder height. Take a split stance with one leg forward and the other behind you. Your knees should be soft and unlocked. Grab the cable handle using your arm on the same side as the rear leg. Draw your belly button in and initiate the movement with your back leg and trunk, and simultaneously rotate your trunk toward the forward leg while pushing the cable out in front of your shoulder. Pull back with your free arm at the same time. Keep your forearm in exact alignment with the cable throughout the movement. Do not let the elbow drop below or rise above the line of the cable. Reverse this movement until you reach the starting position and repeat this movement. Note, if you have trouble performing this motion, try breaking the movement into 3 parts and practice them separately as shown below. A. First, practice just the leg movement. Hold the cable handle at your shoulder, draw your belly button toward the spine, and shift your weight from one leg to the other. B. Next, add a twist to this motion. As you shift your weight to the front foot, turn and face forward. C. The final segment to practice is the arm motion. Stand in a split stance, facing away from the cable machine. Hold your torso still and push forward with your arm. You will need to use a lighter weight for this motion. Once you feel comfortable with each of these movements, integrate them all together to perform the single arm cable push in sequence A plus B plus C. Ipsilateral cable push. Performance level. Perform the single arm cable push as described above, but stand so that your front leg is now on the same side as the arm that is doing the push. Single leg cable push. Performance level. Stand facing away from a cable column or resistance band that has been adjusted to shoulder height. Stand on only one leg. This exercise will be easier if you stand the leg opposite the arm you are pushing with. For a greater challenge, stand on the same side leg. Draw your belly button inward and initiate the movement with your trunk and front leg, and simultaneously rotate your trunk toward the foreleg while pushing the cable out in front of your shoulder. Keep the forearm in exact alignment with the cable throughout the movement. Do not let your elbows drop below or rise above the line of the cable. Reverse this movement with your free arm at the same time. Reverse this movement until you reach the starting position and repeat this movement. Single leg Bosu cable push. Performance level. Perform the single leg cable push as described above, but now stand on a Bosu ball. This will create an unstable environment and will result in a much more challenging exercise. Case history. Dan Bodenbach of the Nature of Health, AM 1000 KCO, San Diego, California, a client of Paul Chek. I met Paul Chek through a doctor friend of mine. I told Paul about a goal I had to dunk a basketball. I have played basketball most of my life and never slam dunked before, but for whatever reason I decided that I should give it a try at 6 feet tall, 45 years old, and definitely a white man. I had discussed this idea with several of my longtime basketball friends, trainers, and medical professionals who understand the game. I certainly got encouragement and pats on the back, but it was clear that no one thought it was more than a pipe dream. Paul, on the other hand, not only explained exactly what I need to do in terms of training to reach my goal, he had no doubt that I could do it. I knew Paul was well respected for his abilities to rehabilitate and train people of all kinds, including professional athletes. So his confidence in me really put some wind in my sails. I expected a training program specific to the jumping movement and not much else. Instead, I was thoroughly evaluated physically for structural strengths and weaknesses, and surprisingly for my dietary habits. For the past 10 years, I have been interviewing the world's top experts in the field of natural medicine on my weekly radio show in San Diego. I felt I had a pretty good handle on diet and supplementation. After spending just a small amount of time with Paul, I knew I was dealing with someone who has extraordinary knowledge and insights into human health. So I decided to pay attention to what he had to say and to follow his advice on training and diet. The results have been phenomenal. Within 5 months, my vertical jump increased 7 inches, which is unheard of for someone my age. My weight went from a thin 168 pounds to a muscular 183 pounds. I have been underweight my entire life, and despite many attempts to gain weight over the past years, nothing had worked. Paul's dietary advice and metabolic typing made all the difference. My body responded incredibly well to the eating plan he outlined for me. My level of energy and vitality improved dramatically, which gave me the stamina to endure the workouts and allowed me to recover effectively. I have since been able to consistently spike a volleyball and have made a dunk in practice with a basketball. Not only have I accomplished my goals, but my life has improved in so many ways. After interviewing over 1,000 experts in all walks of natural and alternative medicine, I know that Paul Chek is a rare and exceptional person who walks his talk. He is a true inspiration for me. By example and through his knowledge, you bring the desire, Paul Chek will take care of the rest. Chapter 9, Special Considerations. Numerous statistics and references available today indicate that levels of disease, dysfunction, drug dependence, and obesity are at an all-time high. People's activity levels are at an all-time low, with only about 3% of women and 8% of men participating in regularly scheduled exercise. For those who do make the effort, the combined effect of sedentary living, overconsumption of medical drugs, Fast and processed foods and elevated levels of environmental toxicity can introduce risk when taking on a new exercise program. To get the most from your exercise program and to avoid injury, it's extremely important to understand how to train properly. In addition to consulting your physician before embarking on an exercise program and listening carefully to what they say, as Bob found out on the previous page, the following considerations